Good evening everybody and welcome back to F1 on FTRL. We are here for our second night of action at the Marina Bay circuit in Singapore. Here's the Div 2 boys' turn to take to the track. And it is looking a little bit slick there for Nexus Cats. He comes around to start a flying lap and we will go on board with the Hazman. We go down the start, finish straight then into the first DRS zone. And left for turn 1, 2 cars coming out of the pits. I hope they will get out of his way as he goes through 3. Yeah, McLaren out of his way quickly. Short blast then up down to turn 4. This is a very important turn for getting onto the back straight. Of course, DRS opens. This is one of the best overtaking opportunities. Now we're going to navigate some of the traffic. He's got a fair bit more in through the turn 5 kink into turn 6. Heavy braking zone, good overtaking opportunity. Short blast then up to turn 7. Mind the wall on the exit. Short blast then up now to turn 8 again. Watch the wall on the outside, it comes at you. Nice and tidy through there by Cats. Now on this short blast down to turn 9, fling it in. Run wide, come back to the second apex, then take plenty of curve on the inside of 10. Through 11 and then onto this very tricky braking zone on the bridge. Into the hairpin. Down all the way to second gear. Coming out to the third DRS zone. This one not the best overtaking opportunity. It's quite a short straight, but we'll bring the cars closer together for this final technical sector. Watch the curb on the outside, don't take too much runoff. The wall as well, and again a tricky braking zone as you're turning. Watch the back end doesn't get away from you. Now start riding these curbs. Get up against the wall. Now we go under the grandstand. One of the unique features of this circuit. Oh, he loses the back and he's in the wall and hits the wall hard there. Loses some front wing with a couple of corners to go, unfortunately so. Through the right and left. And we won't see him finish the lap. He dives into the pits, unfortunately. So Nexus Cats there looking a little bit loose at the rear end. That has through that lap. We'll have a couple of moments, but manages to get away with it. And so let's see who we've got on track. We've got a couple of new faces joining us tonight. This is one of them. It is Callum LC. He's taken over at the Mercedes from Alex Pixie, who has relinquished his seat for this season, but will be back for next. Just below him on the standings we've got CP121, that is Dylan, and these two have joined us this week. He is in for Max Def, unfortunately. Oh, Casey Bernard's retired. Now we've got 2 retirements already here. Now that might be tactical. We saw a bit of this last night with a couple of guys retiring in pit lane, probably because they want the free tyre choice. What have we got going on here then? In the chat, Fever. Good evening, Fever. Pagani in the chat. Lee, hold me. This isn't going to be fun and it might be very damp. Now, we didn't have any rain last night. The track does look, it looks particularly overcast there. If you look up to the top into the sky, it looks very cloudy. Hard to tell obviously with it being a night race. Are we going to get some rain in qualifying? Is that why everybody's out on the track early? Are we going to get some rain in the race perhaps? We shall see. In the chat, Lennon in the chat. Really looking forward to this one. Pagani is scared. Daft Chip there. Hashtag Team McLaren. Go on, Aaron. And they're both out on track circulating together. It's raining. Ah. Oh, and around goes Callum. Straight out of the pit. So Callum there. Out onto the track. And I think we saw him do that before as well. Now I've just realised I'm in the chat party again. 1 second. I've managed once again to forget to join the party. Everybody's heard me chatting. There we go. Back on track. Callum finally getting pointed the right way again. And while we've had some lap times finally on the board. And the man who has taken provisional pole so far is this man, Oscar. He's then up on provisional pole ahead of Brutus. Mattman up in third. Of course, Mattman does like this track, so he's looking for a strong result here. Unsafe up in P4. Zombie joining us for the first time this season as well, up in P5. Beaver P6 and Callum on the board there with 39.6. Here we got on laps. Let's go find Aaron. Zombie filling in tonight for last week's winner, Daft Chip, who finally broke the glass ceiling and became an FTRL winner at Australia. So what happened in Australia last time? We had several people throw away victory chances. Oscar was one to retire. He was at the sharp end. Brutus picked up a penalty, which meant that he was overhauled at the end despite a very valiant effort to try and break away. Lennon was also on course for victory at one point until he threw it away. Several drivers giving up the opportunity to pick up victories as Aaron goes P4. So the McLaren's sandwiching unsafe release on 37.6 from him there. Nice banker up there, up in P4. Then we've got Captain Chubbs, another one who was probably in contention for the win. It looks very treacherous. I think the track might be damp. Some lads have said there it's wet. I can't see anything on screen. But a lot of drivers have been struggling for grip so far. We've got Mrs. Daftship there, Lindsay, in the chat. Also going up, cheering on AA Ron. Max is there with a lovely lap, should be in the top 3. Unfortunately, Maxie, yeah, not quite there. Chubbs has lost the front wing. Probably be a theme of his night. I've jinxed him. Maybe if I try and jinx him for bad luck, he'll have good luck. So yeah, Chubbs is definitely going to put it in the wall. Several times. 100%. So how is Lennon going to get on this time then? Looked potentially on course for victory last week. He maybe had a bit of work to do in the final stint, probably needed a pit stop as well, but he was looking very good, had a healthy lead. The chicane of death at Melbourne just took him, put him in the wall, and that was a race over. How is he going to get on this week then? Of course, he's got a couple of his workmates there, of course, Callum and Dylan, both workmates of Lennon. Well, at least I know Dylan is. So interested to see how the bragging rights go on there. So of course Lennon, a former Div 2 champion, so he's got pace, he's got form. He showed that last week. Can he string together for an entire race distance this week is the question. And coming in under the grandstand. Across the line goes next as Catsy, goes into P6. I've just noticed that Katamis is in the wrong car. For some reason Katamis is in an Alfa Romeo. I don't know if him and Katz have had a falling out. There you go, Scuba Steve pops himself up to P2 then. So the Williams man goes second, just a 10th shy of pole. Where did Lennon end up? Lennon ended up 5th with his lap, 37.4. So he dropped in behind Mattman. Dylan then on a lap, seems to have got it pointing the right way. The surface looks particularly treacherous. Seen a couple of spins, a couple of people running very wide. Track does not look prime at the minute, so a few people struggling. I think we will go and pick up provisional pole sitter at the moment, Oscar, and he is a 10th, nearly 2/10 up in the first sector. Braving the curbs there on the bridge. It's that tricky braking zone, but looking neat and tiny there for the Ferrari man. Getting the hammer down. And he is still up by about nearly just under 2/10. So looking like an improvement for Oscar here. He's going to just extend that gap at the top a little bit. Scuba Steve is near his rival. Brutus on an outlap as well. Then dives under the grandstand through the left and the right. Through the chicane, then watch the wall on the exit. It comes out here, uses a little bit of run off there with that curb. Now just got to get these last two corners right, tips it in. Oh, the track there, does he improve? He does, a 36.2 then, so found some time in the final sector, and Oscar goes half a second clear of the field. Casey in the chat saying he's forgotten how to drive, which might explain why he's out of the session already, although it seemed he did that in the pits, so I don't know if that was deliberate. We shall see. Brutus now on a lap. Can he respond? Well, he is marginally faster than his best time in Sector 1. Man in the chat saying bricks are dropping. Ooh. Is that bricks in your pants because you're scared, or is that bricks from the sky in form of water? Isn't it? Over the bridge then comes Brutus into the braking zone. Nice and tidy. Apexes nicely on the power into the DRS zone. How is he time-wise? The answer is he is... I can't see because I think that he's up by 1.5 tenths, so this will be enough. Nearly. He'll be challenging Scuba Steve for the front row here. Can he find any time in the final sector? This is the technical one where all the slow corners are, or most of the slow corners. This is where time can be found. A yellow flag. I think it's just somebody getting out of the way. Possibly Lennon. Going then up to the final couple. Chubbs goes fastest, a 35.8. Where has that come from? Brutus does go third on a 36.5, so he did jump ahead of Scuba Steve, found some time in the final sector, but he doesn't jump onto the front row because Captain Chubbs has just pulled a rabbit out of the hat. 35.8 puts him 4 tenths clear, so stunning that there from Chubbs. Clearly liking the circuit here at Marina Bay, and he's on provisional pole now with just over 4 minutes left to go. Just see Daft Chip in the chat there telling Casey not to hold up Aaron Trucker. It's a little bit hard when he's already out of the session. So Brett has just popped himself up onto the third row then. The AlphaTauri man goes P6. His team at P3, so both the AlphaTauris looking very strong here. 37 flat for Brett. He's probably got a puppy chewing at his ankles. Or chewing his controller, or wheel, whichever he's doing. We've got on laps. Brutus, is he on a lap? No, he's on his way back in again. Oscar's on his way out then, so this could probably be his final run. Ooh, yeah, he's missed the pit exit. That is one of the things we were talking about last night, how the pit entrance and the pit exit here are absolutely terrible. It's so tight and narrow. We saw a couple of people get penalties for going over the line. But on his way in, who we got on a lap? Fever, perhaps. He's P13 at the moment. In Sector 2. See how Fever's lap's going. A little bit wide there. That's the chink away from the wall. It might just be the camera angle I've got. There's a very odd camera angle. Rounds the hairpin. Ooh, right up against the wall. DRS pops open. How is his lap time compared to his best sector? The answer is down by just under 3 tenths, so it doesn't look like this lap's going to be improvement unless he can find some time in the final sector. On board light, I can't see any rain, but it seems like a lot of the drivers are struggling for grip at the minute. It might just be the conditions. I think Fever's possibly bailed out of this lap. Yes, indeed, in he comes, so not improvement on him. Callum's still pounding around, getting some laps on the board. It's P14, Dylan P16, just behind his teammate Bossman. Brett has called it quits. Brutus also, so they are done. You see the drivers now on their way out. So then can Oscar respond to Chubbs? In Sector 1. Found any time on this lap? The answer is he is half a tenth down, but only Sector 1, still a lot of lap to go. Rounds the right-hander. sweeping corners. If he can get on the power earlier, there's definitely time to be found. So let's see how his middle sector is. Scuba Steve also on a lap. In fact, I think Scuba Steve's a little bit further up the road, is he? He's indeed. He's in sector 3, so what's there on board with Scuba Steve? See if he can improve on P4. Brutus, the man directly ahead of him, has finished for this session, so he won't be improving. That man's on a lap as well. A little bit further back though, so we'll stay on board. Oh, into the wall. Did he clip the wall there? It might have been a little bit of lag. Seems to be okay. Oh, he's invalidated though. Yep, so that is lap done, unfortunately. Oscar, how's he getting on? He's found still about just over half a tenth now off. Is there anything in the final sector for him? Chubbs does not get another lap in, so Chubbs is holding on to provisional pole. Can Oscar find any time in this final sector? We need a massive final sector from him to try and improve. He finds some time, but it's not enough. He finds 1.5 tenths, goes and improves his P2. Where is Matman? Let's find Matman. He's currently P5 on the grid. Can he get into the front 2 rows? Goes past his teammate there, so Callum's getting out of the way. And then to the sector 2 checkpoint. Matman is... I can't see because the thing's in the way again. There we go, he's half a tenth up. Need to find some time in the final sector though if he wants to jump Scuba Steve. We've seen Oscar just find some time. Really committed to the first part of that corner there. Rise the curb nicely on the exit. Oh, big twitch there though. Would have cost him a little bit of time. Sparks fly off the inside there. Really attacking the inside corner as it goes under the grandstand. A little bit wide there through the chicane. It's committed. Has he found any time in the final sector? Tips in. Now it's just a drive for the line. He finds some time. He goes fourth. So he does jump Scuba Steve by 0.013 of a second. Catamise goes P9. With that run then, who have we got on a lap still? Zombie still on a lap, I believe. Half a second up. This could put him into top 10 and be round about where his teammate is. See how he gets on. Goes 7th. In fact, really good final sector there from Zombie, up to P7 then. 37.2, jumps ahead of Nexus Cats. Drops in behind Bread. And I think that is everybody then, so. And then into the wall. Unlucky mate, keep at it though, keep at it. There is points for every finishing position, so it is worth going to the end, and there's always the likelihood of safety cars, so which we saw last night. Safety cars brings the pack back together, so keep pushing, because there is every likelihood we will have some safety cars tonight. Then Captain Chubbs is pole sitter in Singapore. Alongside him is Oscar. Brutus starts P3 with Matman alongside him P4. Scuba Steve and Bread, All-American row 3, now 5th and 6th. Zombie lines up P7, Nexus Cats is P8. The championship leader, Pagani, P9. He is alongside Lennon in P10, and they will all start on the soft tyres on which they've qualified. Free tyre choice goes into Aaron, who starts P11 alongside Catamise. Then we've got the Germans, Unsafe and Feber, 13th and 14th. Callum and Bossman, 15th, 16th. Dylan is 17th, Casey 18th, and Maxi Syme bringing up the rear. Tico in the chat. Good evening, Tico. He predicted a full wet race. Well, that might explain some of the struggles if people were setting up for a wet. And there we are. It is raining in the race. Tico called it. Right on the button. We have got a very soggy race ahead of us. That is very wet. Well, this adds a new dimension to it. That would explain. I'm saying full wet race when I can't do it when it's in the dry. Well, just be careful, mate. Tiptoe around. People are likely to make mistakes around here tonight, so there's going to be plenty of places to be picked up. Then some podium predictions then for those of you in the chat. Who do we fancy for this one then? Who is good in the wet? That man's quite good in the wet. I think that could be strong here. Chubb, we know, is quick. How is he in the How is he in the wet though? So everybody on the wet tyres. And we'll run down the grid. As far as on pole then is Captain Chubbs. We know he has blistering pace. Can he hold it together for a race distance? We shall see. It looks like it's going to be wet throughout as well. Oh, he's spun 3 turns out. Oh God, Chubbs. Chubbs, what are you doing? Oh my God, Chubbs has spun. That is the most Captain Chubb things to do. Oscar then lights up P2, joining him on the front row. Brutus is P3, second last time out. He'll be looking to go one better. He tries to close down on Pagani in the championship battle. That man is P4. In the Mercedes, can he get that all-important first win tonight? He does like it here. Let's see how he gets on. Scuba Steve, really good qualifying from him. He is P5. In the Williams, Bread is P6. In the second of the AlphaTauris. Hopefully a strong race for him from there. Zombie, great qualifying from him. He starts P7, lead McLaren. And Nexus Cats joins him on the 4th row in the Soul House tonight because his teammate has abandoned him. The travesty. Mutiny in the ranks of Haz, we shall see. Pagani starts at P9, championship leader. We know how he likes to rack up points. He just banks points, and that's how you win championships. You don't need to win every race. Pagani stringing it together in the first half of the season. Let's see how he goes in the second half. Starting tonight, Lennon in P10. How will he get on in the wet? Aaron Trucker starts P11 in the second of the McLarens, with Katamis also now facing the wrong way. A second driver has gone round on the formation lap. So a couple of drivers here struggling with these conditions. Katamis has gone around unsafe, starts P13. Had a good run last time, as did Fever. I think it was his best result, or best run of the season last week. So Fever getting stronger and stronger as the season goes on. He starts 14th. Callum in his debut starts P15. Ahead of the Red Bulls led by Bossman. He's P16 and Dylan is P17. We've seen him facing the wrong way in the dry, so how will he get on the wet? Fingers crossed he will make it to the flag. Casey starts P18. A lot of work to do from there, but wet race, anything can happen. And Maxi Syme at the back of the grid after an early retirement in qualifying. What can he do from the back? Oh, Chubbs is going to be off pole, even though he's in the pack at the moment. At least you can't get damage on the formation that way. You can damage your tyres. So I don't know how much damage that would have done. It was a quite a low speed spin for Chubbs at least, so hopefully he should have put too much wear. So Tika going Oscar for the win, Pagani second, Casey Bernard for third. Well, Casey from third is a big ask. Oscar though has been really strong this season. Massive improvement from him, stringing it together now. Fingers crossed that's the last couple of cars coming around onto the grid. Going to be a lot of safety cars, yes. I think there might well be, there may well be. So, into gear we go. Oh, Chubbs has jumped the start. Oh no! Lights out, away we go, and Chubbs has already got the jump start. I think Dylan as well jumped the start, and away we go. Who's going down? A lot of people moving down as the order shuffles. Matman, what's happened to Matman? Oh, what's happened to Matman? Matman's all the way at the back already. Oh, Bossman's gone at the first corner. Oh no, it's all gone wrong already. Virgil's safety car deployed already. Red Bulls have had an absolute shocking start. Dylan is struggling. And Bossman is out. The pole sitter as well jumped the gun and has got a jump start. I think Dylan did as well. Trying to predict the lights, were they? And they just held a little bit longer. Chubbs is going to be absolutely kicking him. Now, fingers crossed. We saw a couple of issues last night where Dutch kept getting drive-through penalties and he couldn't serve it because of the number of safety cars. And he ended up getting disqualified for it. So hopefully Chubbs and Dylan will be able to serve their penalties. Oh, and Dylan's lost his front wing. It's not the greatest start for him, unfortunately. Yeah, Daft Chip definitely calling Oscar for the win. That man, however, has now got a lot of work to do for the back of the grid. We are racing again. The virtual safety car has ended. Casimi's making a move. Unsafe is going down the order. What's happened to him? I think Unsafe has gone round. He has. Unsafe, struggling in these conditions as well. He's now down to 17th. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. I think it's Dylan. He's trying to make his way back now. He's dropping down the order. Callum, I think, has now gone round as well. He's backwards into a corner. A couple of the new boys struggling a little bit here. Chubbs has already got himself a 1.5 second lead, but he's got a penalty to serve. Fever goes up ahead of Breads. Academy's up to P9. Let's look at the movements. Fever's up 4, Catamese is up 3, but Casey Bernard's up 5, Maxi Simon's up 5 as well, Mattman down 11, the big loser on lap 1, Bread's down 5. Oh, with Aaron Trucker now gone round. Bread's in the pits. What's happened to Aaron? Aaron's in the pits as well, I think he might have had some contact. Unsafe as well after his spin, so he's picked up some damage somewhere. Oh, now Callum's got a speeding penalty for pit lane as well. These conditions are proving absolutely fatal already. So running order then on lap 2 is Chubbs leads but has a drive through to take. Oscar second, Brutus third, Scuba Steve 4th, Zombies up to P5 already. Good start for him. Nexus Cats is 6th, Pagani 7th, Lennon is 8th, Catamese 9th, and Fever ran out the top 10. Maxi Sime up to 11th as he passes Casey Bernard. So the two guys coming from the back are already up to 11th and 12th. That man back up to 13th, ahead of Bread, Aaron, Callum, Unsafe Callum and Dylan, who've all pitted on lap 1. The drivers are really struggling in these conditions so far. Trying to get some heat into these tyres. Casey Bernard are battling hard. Going through the order. Simon's now got clear. He's now closing in on Fever. So Maxi Simon picking his way through already. Can he find a way past Fever? Oscar now closing in on Chubbs. Chubbs sets the fastest lap. Quickly usurped by Oscar though. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. I think it's Dylan again. And a virtual safety car called. Yeah, Dylan's round again. He's having a bit of a torrid time on his opening couple of laps. I think a couple of drivers would be happy for a full safety car. Not he's not retired. So the race then has been nullified, so Maxi Simon will have to sit behind Fever, Oscar will have to sit behind Chubbs. Top 3 made a little bit of a breakaway there, so Scuba Steve maybe dropped back, although it might just be... Oh no, Oscar's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. So your top 2 in the race have now both got drive-throughs. Oh no. Dylan's left the session. Don't know if that's just lag. Lennon's gone past Pagani. Cats is taking a very wide line there. So Lennon now on the move. Top 2 in the race have both got drive-through penalties though. Chubbs for jumping the start, Oscar for speeding under the VSC. As it ended there, look at Scuba Steve, he's right on them. Zombie as well. Catamese now has gone past Pagani as well, so Pagani's now just dropping a couple of places. Catamese on the move, Lennon now stalking Nexus Cats. Now do your top 2 serve their drive-throughs now, get it out of the way. Contact from that camera. Chubbs is in. Oscar's in as well. Yep, so the top 2 are in. Brutus now will take over at the front. Chased by Scuba Steve. Chased by Zombie. Look at that big gap that's opened up now. Lennon now giving chase. He's up to 4th. Catamee's now 5th as well. So Catamee's on the move. Also into the pits has come Nexus Cats. Now, has he picked up some damage somewhere? Yep, that face says it all, Davchip. That face says it all. So after the Chirai throughs, then Chubbs is back out in P10, Oscar is P11, Maxi Syme, having started from the back, is now P8, KC is P9. Got a long way to go, and anything can happen. Maxi Syme getting the move done on Fever, he's now P7. Of course, no DRS in this race. Still has rejoined again, so... on the move. Brutus now is your race leader though, so the two ahead of him have kindly moved out of the way, and he now leads the race. Scuba Steve going with him. Zombies in the background as well, still there, still in touch. Top three, bit of a gap at the moment. The timing screen is currently broken, so I don't know what the intervals are. Hopefully that will come back to me shortly. Lennon now trying to give chase though. Is he going to close down the top three? Williams, they're both in the top four. They're having a really good run so far. It's good to see Scuba Steve doing well. It's been quick. Horsey, no, who's that? Oh no, Dylan's gone round again. He's having a bit of a torrid time on debut here. A wet Singapore is not the easiest race to start with. But he just then carefully rounds the final corner, sets the fastest lap of the race in the process. 59.5 for him. His lead is now 1.5 seconds then over Scuba Steve, who's in turn 2.2 ahead of Zombie. Lennon 2.8 back, Katami's 2.1 back, then 3 seconds back to Pagani, who's got Maxi Syme closing him down, 1.5 seconds. Fever in P8 has got KC closing him down, he's into the top 9. Got a yellow flag again, I think it's Dylan again. And just getting out of the way of the cars coming around. Chubbs then has got it all to do again. Oh, yellow flag sector 3, who's that? No, again, that's Dylan, I think. Oh god, Pagani's lagged out as well, right. So, keep an eye on that. So Pagani looks like he's back in his car. Ooh, bit of a twitch. Yellow flag in sector 1. Oh, is that Nexus Cats? It is. Nexus Cats is now facing the wrong way. Coming out of turn 4. It looks like he's kept it out of the wall, but through goes Bread. Aaron's going to go past him as well. These conditions looking particularly treacherous tonight. Seeing several drivers spinning off already. Oh, and Dylan's doing donuts again, having a very torrid opening race. I think bragging rights will definitely be with Lennon in the office this week. Hopefully the race will be dry next week and it'll be a little bit easier for everybody concerned. One man who is taming the conditions best at the moment is Brutus Beer. He is your race leader. Scuba Steve in pursuit, still 2 seconds back. Zombie holding firm as well, so is Lennon. So the gaps are all just kind of held out. Maxi Syme's close to Pagani. Oh, Nexus Cats has had another drama as well. In comes Pagani. Oh, he's skated out of the pit lane. Back in again he goes. Has he got some damage? Maxi Syme is setting the fastest lap of the race, so Maxi Syme is now travelling. Has Pagani got some damage? Is that why he's pitting early? No, he's going on to the intermediates. So Pagani is rolling the dice. Is the rain getting lighter? Chubbs is following him in, as is Oscar. I think they're coming in as well for intermediates. Yep, Chubbs is onto the intermediates. Away he goes. Oh, and as Oscar jumped him in the pits, he has. So that momentary delay there, because obviously Pagani, having just pitted, the crew weren't quite ready for him, and Oscar has jumped Chubbs. In comes Matman. Matman's gone for it as well. So is Bread. So is Aaron. So is Unsafe. So the conditions coming back to the drivers then. Oh, safety car. Full safety car. What has happened? Who is that? Who has brought that out? Who has brought that out? So a full safety car, but I can't see anybody retired. So that's an odd one. That will help the race leaders, however, because they can now pit and they won't get caught by those who've just gone on to the intermediates. So Pagani blink first, but he might lose out for that. So the big winners in this are definitely going to be KC, Maxi Syme, Catamies, all going to be right with the race leaders. Dylan is in, Callum in the pits as well. Yep, everybody going to the intermediates, so the track is drying. Yeah, you could be right, Dave, you could be right. Brutus pits then. Expect everybody to come into the pit lane. Now Lennon might get momentary help though. He's got enough of a gap over Catamies, I think. He should be able to pit without being held, without losing a position. Williams down the end of the pit lane as well. They trundle down, Brutus on to the intermediates, away he goes. Everybody now filtering in, Scuba Steve is on his way. Lennon is in. He caused that momentary delay, but not too bad. Away he goes. Yeah, he has maintained position as well, so all good for Lennon. Where is Pagani? He is coming around the final couple of corners now. Is he going to jump ahead of anybody? So under safety car conditions, he's got a delta. He needs to work to. There's a couple of cars still in pit lane. He's going to get ahead of KC. He's going to get ahead of Fever as well. He is. Just. And he drops in behind Maxi Syme in P7. So that's about where he was, to be fair. So that was okay for Pagani. He's locked after Maxi. A safety car. I don't even know why. I think it must have been surely for Dylan, one of Dylan's accidents, because I know he was tiptoeing back around with that front wing again. So I can only think. But what's happened there? It's up to Maxi Syme. Why has he just lost a position to Pagani under the safety car? Has he had an off somewhere? Interesting. Well, something's happened to Maxi, and he's lost a place to Pagani under the safety car. So I'm not quite sure what has happened there, but the good news is we have a field bunched up again, so everybody is back in contention for the win. Except maybe Dylan, who's lapped down. That'll be a big ask. And is once again missing a front wing. Well, Dylan seems to have picked up the just Mikey strategy. And really gone for it as well. Rather than doing 4 lap stints, he's doing 1 lap stints. I think Red Bull might be out of front wings by the end of this one. In current form, I suggest perhaps he's maybe not using any traction, which is bold. If it's your first race, do not be ashamed to use traction. It's what I would say to you, especially in these conditions, even in the dry though, mate. If you want to use traction, please do so. You are free to use whatever assist you want to run. You can run automatic gears, you can run full traction, you can braking assist, whatever you like. What's going on further back? More places being exchanged. Safe and Aaron. Goes back ahead though. Has there been some contact? Is Aaron missing part of his wing? I think he's missing an end plate. I think Aaron is missing his right end plate here. He is. So Aaron's going to dive into the pits. Ooh, what's up there? There's some car. Aaron peels off into the pit lane. Oh, Maxi Syme's now hit Feber. Which I'm very confused about because they're 2 cars apart. Well, they were 2 cars apart. KC's now dropped back behind. Oh, what has gone on there? There's a penalty to get rid of. Maxi Syme with the 5-second penalty for contact under the safety car. Bredd and Aaron are in. So Bredd in as well. Was that Bredd's wing we saw perhaps? Did look like some dark coloured bodywork. May have been the front wing of that AlphaTauri. He's on his way again though. So under our first full safety car of the evening, which means we get another chance to look at the beautiful Aston Martin safety cars. Casey is lagged out, so I'm just going to send him an invite. Bear with me. Maybe the water seems to be getting into more than just the driver's cockpit. Okay, he's already back in by the look of it, so can I send him an invite? Spidey senses were tingling, Mikey. Spidey senses were tingling. Your record for 4-lap stints has been broken. Dylan is doing 1-lap stints at the moment, so he's taken your mantle to the extreme so far. So yeah, more action under the so far. There has been quite a little bit of action under the safety car. Then the running order then is as follows. We're on lap 8 of 31 under the safety car. And Brutus Beer is the race leader from Scuba Steve and Zombie. Lennon is P4 with Catamise in P5. Pagani P6. Maxi Syme is P7. Feber P8. KC is P9. Oscar P10. Chubbs P11. Oscar and Chubbs both having to serve drive-throughs though. Chubbs for jumping the start. Oscar for speeding under a virtual safety car. So they've got a bit of work to do to get back to the pointy end, but this has brought them close. Then we've got Matman P12. Had a spin at the start. Unsafe release, had some drama on the open lap as well. He's P13. Nexus Cats has had a couple of dramas. He's down in 13th. Bread has also been in the pits a couple of times. He's 15th. Aaron Trucker had to pit under the safety car for a fresh wing. He's 16th. Callum is P17th. And Dylan is back in the pits once again. P18 and 2 laps down. I think a bit of an eye-opening first race in FTRL. Are you using Dylan? Are you using no traction? Are you going no assist? What assists are you running? What assists aren't you running? Is my question for you. Because if you're using no traction, it's very amicable, but do not be afraid to use traction. There are definitely drivers in here who will use traction, even if it's just medium traction. It's better than nothing. It might keep you pointing in the right direction a little bit longer. A wet Singapore is not the ideal first race for league racing on F1. It's a very tricky circuit in the dry, so to be be having issues in the wet is not a surprise, mate. So do not worry, you are not alone in your trials in this one. Now, Dylan is catching in the pack, which is at the hairpin at the moment, so we might go racing again this time. Dylan isn't too far away. So, are we going to get the notification? Around about here somewhere. Safety car might be pulling in this lap. The answer is we are. We are about to go racing again this time around. So the lights go out. Burnt Mailander takes off at speed. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, Catamise has gone round. He's got going again, but he's had a spin under the safety car. Oh, Maxel Feber's now hit Maxi Syme again. More contact. Catamise on his spin, as having just spun out of, where was he? Where was Catamise? P5, 6? Well, he's now down in P11. So that's cost him dearly. Meanwhile, we're about to go racing again. Brutus takes over, holding the field. Away he goes. Pulls the trigger. It's a decent safety car restart. Trying to get the jump. Zombie's looking at the back of Scuba Steve. He's close. Leonard's well. Oh, in the final corner, who's got around is Maxi Syme. Feber in the pits. I think he got wing damage at that contact, but Maxi Syme has spun out the final corner. Good restart from Brutus. He's got a nice jump there over the pack. What's going on? The movement all around. Matman's dropping down the order now as well. He's just getting swamped here. Oh, in the wall. No, Matman. Front wing goes. That's the pack at the front. Breakaway. Chubbs has made his way up to P6 after that restart. What a restart for Chubbs. He started, where was he? P10? P11? Unsafe now, dropping down the order. KC's been passed by Maxi Simon, who's trying to recover. Casey's car still ghosted, isn't it? Oh, and yeah, Dylan has called it a night, unfortunately. Right, can Casey get back in the car? I'm just going to see if I can send him an invite again, because I know he did lag out. I thought he got back in, but he should have had another invite. Let's just see. So do bear with us. Technical difficulties. Water getting into everything. That'll be why Casey was dropping down the order. He hasn't got back into his car. So even though it told me he was back in the session, he was not. And we are back with the action then. So let's go and have a look what's happening at the pointy end. Brutus is trying to pull away, tiptoeing away. Oh, we've got safety car again. We are under another safety car. So this will definitely help Matman and Fever. Yeah, it's very amicable, mate, to start on no traction, but do not be afraid to just rub with it until you feel more confident. I still rub with medium traction, so don't be afraid, mate. Especially in these conditions, it is definitely not ideal. So yeah, better luck next week. It's Suzuka next week, so get practicing now. And hopefully you'll have a better run with less spinning next time out. So back under a safety car then. It is a case of, once again, safety cars, breeding safety cars. Running order as follows. Brutus then leading behind the safety car into the pits is unsafe. Fever coming around. Matman is in, having just damaged his wing on the exit of turn 3 of that restart. Fresh intermediates going on. P3 next week. Called it now. Calling it now. The confidence we like to hear then. So under a second safety car on lap 11. It's been a tricky race so far, these conditions. Really struggling, both Red Bulls out. Bossman on the opening lap got as far as turn 3 and then in the wall in the pack, and Dylan's initial adventure has ended, fortunately. So we are back on the second safety car. Matman on his way then, having got a fresh wing. Got about half a lap to make up though, so hopefully he'll do so without drama. So with Fever and Unsafe also catching the pack, I imagine we'll have at least one more lap under the safety car. We're already in sector 3, so not had the notification yet. The safety car is coming in. Now I usually got to take this kind of break to tell you what's coming up on FTRL for the rest of the week, but this is it this week because there's no GT Sport and no ACC this week. So yeah, this is it. It is just F1 this week. However, GT Sport will be back next week, season 15 of our GT Sport League, and it promises to be the most mixed up yet, potentially. We've got something very different planned this season, so do keep your peepers peeped. And yeah, we're back on track next week for round 1, which will be fun. Of course, I've mentioned already, next week F1 is back at Suzuka. The historic figure of 8 circuit, which another one has been victim to this season. So not on the F1 calendar again, unfortunately. Hopefully it will be back in 2022. So Matman in the final sector. Unsafe and Fever have caught the train. Fever has served his 5-second penalty as well. So it's now just Maxi Sign with a penalty to his name. And yeah, don't worry, Maxi, your penalties can be removed come the end if you've still got them. So as the cars making their way up to the bridge. Matman is currently at turn 6, so he should be back on the tail of the train shortly. I imagine we will get going again at this time around. We're not even at half race distance yet. Of course, this is a long lap anyway. In the bit condition, you're looking at 2-minute laps, so a long old race this one, especially with some safety car laps. Now, are we getting the notification we're going racing this time? Didn't see it pop up. The lights are still on. So it looks like we're going to go one more lap. Yeah, that's the mine safety car getting plenty of action in. Opportunity to wet my whistle. There we go back. So, well, the cars try and keep as much heat in the tyre. Oh no, we are going racing this lap then. Very, very late call. Matman has caught the train, and the game finally decides. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, Zombie's in the pits. Why is Zombie pitting? What's happened to Zombie? And Zombie got some damage. Well, away we go. What happened to Zombie? Does he have wing damage? No, he's going on to the mediums. Is it drying out? Zombie's called it. Well, gone early. It looks a little bit wet, or is it? That could be inspired. Well, here we go then. So Lennon has made his way through to P2. Scuba Steve has had a shocking restart. Still see some spray coming up there in the braking zone, so it's still a little bit wet here. But Zombie, Casimir's getting the move done on Chubbs for P5. You can see the track is still wet here. Zombie might be too soon. It might be too soon. Let's see how he gets on. It could be inspired. It could be too soon. Look here, look, there's no spray being kicked up. It still looks a bit wet. But there's no spray being kicked up. Oh, Bread's gone. No, Bread's gone. Bread crashes out. Safety car called. Now, one person who doesn't want that is Zombie, because that negates his advantage. Oh, what's happened to Bread? Where has he crashed? Coming up to this corner here. Oh dear, looks like he's lost it on the way out of the corner then, so maybe carry too much speed in. And another safety car call then now, breeding them like rabbits, fortunately. Now, is anybody else going to take the gamble that Zombie just took? He might leapfrog his way to the front here. What does Brutus do? Zombie went early, he went at the end of the safety car. He's staying out. Lennon's coming in. So here we come then. Pagani's coming in. Scuba Steve is in. Casamese is in. Oh, has Brutus made a faux pas here. Chubbs is in. Oscar's in. Maxi Symes following him in as well. Probably going to have to stack. Aaron Trucker's in. Callum is in. KC's in. Fever's in. Yep, everybody coming in. Now, can Zombie get round and jump the field? It's a bit treacherous here, look. Catamese onto the hards. Everybody else seems to be going for the mediums. How many cars is Zombie going to jump here? Lennon is on his way. Pagani's out as well. Zombie's going to come through into fourth. So he's about where he was. He's maybe one position down, but Brutus didn't pit. And that's a problem for him. Oh, Maxi Syme. Oh, he's still in the pits. Oh, Maxi Syme's come back out on intermediates. Maxi's come back out on intermediates. Why has he come back out on intermediates? That must be a mistake. Well, hopefully, yeah, say Lennon getting a bit sick of the safety cars. Well, hopefully now it's drying out. We should get some clear running. Fingers crossed. So Brutus up behind the safety car, the field coming round behind him, and all of them are on slick tyres, apart from Maxi. The question is now though, does Brutus pit? Because he will drop all the way to the back of the field, or most of the way to the back of the field. If not all the way, so Lennon and Pagani and Zombie in very strong positions. And Academys has gone to the hard tyre. He's the only one who's gone for the hard. Everybody else has gone for the mediums. Is that an inspired choice, or is that going to come back and haunt him at the start when everybody's got significantly more grip? Yeah, Brutus peels off. He had to, really. Did he not get the call? Or was he trying to take back position? Well, it's going to cost him now. So Brutus gives up the lead of the race. And he's going to drop. Well, he's going to drop all the way down to the back, nearly here. Maxi unsafe on that man. He might stay ahead of them. Maxi Simon's got to come in again, surely. Yeah, Maxi Simon's in. Brutus goes all the way to P15, having been leading the race. Devastating. He didn't call it. So that has shuffled the order. So the running order is now Lennon finds himself in the lead of the race for the second week in a row. He now leads us that Pagani has once again just found his way up to the front of the grid. Just as Pagani does. Second Zombie's had a really good run all race. And that call there, he went at the end of the safety car period. Finds himself back in P3. Academys is now P4. Oscar's recovered to P5. Scuba Steve lost out at the last restart and had to stack in the pits as well. He's now P6. KC is now P7. Callum is now in P8. So he's back to safety car and subsequent pit stop shuffle has helped him nicely. Aaron's found his way back into P9. Phoebe's P10. Chubb's down in P11. Unsafe is 12th. Matman 13th. Not had the recovery yet. That spin, but we've not really had much racing action since then. Katz is 14th. Brutus is going to be absolutely kicking himself. Down in P15 and Maxi Syme as well. Though he hasn't lost quite as so many places. As he was in the middle of the pack anyway. Now he has nearly caught the train, so are we going to go racing again this time? It was a late call last time. It is indeed, so we are going racing again this time. And now Lennon takes over at the head of the queue. He's complaining that he's got 5 laps additional fuel, so Lennon's going to go hell for leather from here to the finish. The safety car. Oh no, Callum and Aaron have come together under the safety car. They've both picked up penalties that can be removed later on, as long as they don't have any more pit stops. Just need to be careful, boys, under the safety car. Just give each other a little bit of room. Lennon's pulled the pin. Away he goes. It's a good restart. And he is off and running. Pagani giving chase, but Zombie's had a really good start as well. He's on the attack already. Oh, what's happened to Casey Bernard? He's gone off at the final corner. And KC spins out of the top 10. Maxi Syme's now picked up a warning. We are off and running. Lennon got a good jump. Got a healthy little gap there over Pagani. Zombie is close to the back of Pagani. Caterby's looming in the background. Oscar and Scuba Steve going with them as well. Top 6 made a bit of a break, then Callum. He's P7. Having a really good run now. It's come to him this race finally. Nothing could be very made up if he can stay in the top 10. Racing hard, Gavin giving chase. Where's the closest gap? Unsafe and Chubbs. Ooh, unsafe there, coming in hot into the hairpin. Not quite close enough for a move. Olvie there showing maximum faith in Caterby's. Saying a DNF is coming soon. Go on, safe, picks up a penalty. Aaron's starting to get racing on the back of Callum now. Callum's a little bit wide there. Aaron had a sniff of a chance. He's got to watch out because he's got Chubbs on the back of him now as well. Oscar and Katami's getting close together. Callum being a little bit of a cork in the bottle here. He's lost touch with the top 6. They've made a break. Lennon sets the fastest lap of the race there into the 39s already, so the lap time's instantly dropping down. Anybody close enough for a move? Look at this train here, led by Callum. You've got Aaron, Chubbs, Unsafe, Matman, Katz, Fever, Brutus, Maxi Syme in it. Casey Bernard trying to get back in touch as well. Callum's doing a really good job here. Now, we are going to have DRS active in a couple of laps time. Maybe it will probably be next time around. In the background, Aaron is trying to shape up Callum for a move. No DRS this time though, so it'll have to be an organic overtake. Not close enough this time. Scuba Steve is very close to the back of Oscar. These two have caught Katami's, and I think Katami's on those hard tyres. Just waiting for them to get switched on. Lennon's had a really good restart. Look at this train. Callum at the head of it. Driving really well though. But he has got a lot of boys behind him, eager to find a way through. How long can he hold them off for? Chubbs is now looking racy as well. On the ERS there. Now looking to the outside. Oh, gives him a nudge through the corner. Mind your wing. Bullying the new boys. A little bit deep there, but gets it hooked up. He's got Oscar and Scuba Steve all over the back of him as well. Everybody here, and so we will have DRS this time around. Race leader. Yeah, there we go. DRS is enabled. Lennon though is out of DRS. Oh, and Zombie's picked up a penalty there, running a little bit wide out the final corner. That might hurt his chances of a podium. I'll be hoping the Katami's can hold off Oscar and Scuba Steve, but with DRS now active, we're about to come into our first DRS zone. Katami's does not have DRS. So he's going to be vulnerable to Oscar and Scuba Steve behind him, who will. Here we go then. Oscar closing. Is he close enough though? I don't think he's close enough. Casamis has gone defensive, but doesn't need it into the braking zone. He's held him off. Here comes Aaron on Callum down the inside into turn 6. Moved on. Oh, and then almost goes off. Oh, he had a massive slide on the corner exit. He's got back on the track, I think. But got the move done. A huge slide on acceleration. And almost into the wall, and all that hard work is undone. Oh no, Aaron's going to be absolutely cursing himself. Callum now, we've got Chubbs to deal with, and unsafe release. And we've got Katz, he's now made his way up to P10. Matman 11, Phoebus 12th, Brutus up to 13th. There's Aaron Truck after his moment. Oh, got the overtake done, and then got on the power too hard. As Callum goes down a position as Chubb gets the move done. No such dramas for Chubbs, he is away. Oh, Matman's now picked up a penalty. Under the grandstand we go then. Can now start to pull away from this pack, try and close down on Scuba Steve. He's got pole position, so we know he's got speed around here. Katami's holding up Oscar and Scuba Steve. In fact, Katami's is now catching Zombie. Oh, Aaron's dropped. Oh, Aaron into the pits. He must have got some damage from that one. Bruce going past Fever. Oh no, what's happened to Unsafe? Oh, Unsafe's lost it through turn 2, I think. Katami's on Zombie for P3. Down the inside he goes. Move done. Good move there from Katami's. Oh, there, Zombie caught the curve on the inside. Had a moment. That almost caught Oscar out. And Scuba Steve's up the inside. But can't get the move done. That was brave there, trying to make that move work. And all this is letting Chubbs in the background start to close in. At the back, Katz has got the move done on Callum. He's now up to P8. Now it's the Mercedes together in 9th and 10th. That man's going to be the next one to come up and have a go. Oh, Katz had a big slide there. He's now at the head of this train. Oh, Katzel again, a huge slide. Hanging on resolutely, down to P9. Got his teammate behind him now. Then Brutus, of course, he was leading the race but didn't pit. Oh, did he clip the inside curb there? Oh, as Katzel spins! Out of the chicane, coming out from under the grandstand, Katzel spun. And now he drops all the way down to P15. Oh, drama. Into the pits comes Fever and Maxi Syme. They've both got wing damage, I think. Well, Maxi Syme's definitely got some wing damage. Brutus is in as well. He dropped down a couple of places. I think there's been some contact, maybe from avoiding the spinning cats. Yellow flag in sector 3. Oh, Aaron's gone in the tunnel. And a safety car is called. Now, oh, Lennon's going to be absolutely cursing that. He got himself a huge lead. And the safety cars haven't kindly got some racing laps done. Now the track has dried out. Another safety car called and crashing under the grandstand. Tried to catch back up to the field. And we're going to have to do it all over again. So then our third safety car of the race. We're now under dry conditions though, and the field will back up once again. So this will help the medium tyre runners to get to the end. Obviously, this track is particularly heavy on tyre wear. Soft tyres do not last around here at all, so the medium and the hards are definitely the better race tyres. And it's only Katamis who've gone onto the hards, so... What's happened to Oscar? What has happened to Oscar? He's in the pits. What now? Who's in? Zombies in as well. Are they going for the soft tyre? Zombies going onto the hards. Interestingly, now Oscar's got some wing damage. Oh, and Chubbs has crashed. Under the safety car on the exit of turn 3. Oh, Chubbs. Absolute Burke. Where is he? I don't even know where he is. Oh, he's there. How has he dropped it there? Chubbs, you absolute Burke. Oh, well. Another potential race winner drops out of the race. As Captain Chubbs crashed under the safety car. Out of the top 5 as well. So the order shuffles again. Nobody went for the soft tyres, and that Zombies now put the hards on. But still come out behind Oscar, interestingly, because I'm sure he came in the pits, so maybe Zombie got held up by somebody else going into the pits there, but everybody down as Oscar needs to go to fresh tyres. 11, the last one Academy is third, Scooby, man is 5th, next cap is 6th. They're all on 6th on tyres. Everybody else has just gone for the pits. Oscar's now 7th on the mediums though. Zombie's now on the hards. He's now P8. KC back on the medium tyres is 9th. Callum in 10th. Fresh mediums for him. Fever is 11th. Medium tyres as well. Maxi Syme is 12th. Unsafe is 13th. And Brutus Beer still at the back. I think several drivers got caught up in that cat spin. I think they got damaged, which is why they went into the pits en masse. They came out from under the grandstand and found a car backwards in the middle of the road. Oh, Lennon, don't. Just keep your head, man. This is your time. You've done it once, you can do it again. Just got to do everything right. So, fingers crossed, everybody's got all their spins out of their system. We are back on the safety safety car. The field is all together though, so fingers crossed it will be racing again at the end of this lap. The mic is cracking, 1 second. There we go, hopefully that sorts that. It might just be that I've got the cable in between my legs and it's pulling it a little bit. So, safety car out again. Burnmeilander getting to lead yet more laps of this Singapore Grand Prix. He led a number of them last night as well. We are on lap 22 of 31. 5 retirements. So Bossman crashed on the opening lap. Dylan had the race to forget on his debut. But he has flicked the switch for traction for next week, so hopefully he will last a little bit longer. Bread, we crashed at this corner here, I believe. Still under the wet conditions at that time though. The track has since dried out, and then Aaron crashed under the grandstand, which brought out the safety car. And then as the safety car was out, Captain Chubbs has put his Aston Martin into the wall. So the pole sitter is out. And we are left with the running order as it is, safety car in this lap, so we are about to go racing again, just a short one this time. Everybody back together. And then it will let the safety car pull away. He will take over dictating the pace. Now we got a really good restart last time. He had a nice gap over the pack, which is led by Katamise. Now Katamise has cleared Zombie, who has since gone in for fresh tyres, but he went for the hards, interestingly. Now there's only 9 laps to go when we start racing again, so the mediums definitely would have got to the end. In fact, even the softs might have got to the end from this point, so surprised nobody took the gamble of those who went in the end. Lennon's pulled the trigger. Pagani's gone with him. Katamise has been caught out a little bit there. Gap has opened up. Lennon going very tight at the final corner. I don't know if that was deliberate. Maybe he's just trying to break the slipstream. He is. Comes back over to the racing line then, and we are racing again. Okay, see. Losing a place to Callum, was he there? I think so. 2-1 there, so racing again then. So Lennon pulled the trigger. He leads 7/10 of a second. Katamise has closed that gap slightly to Pagani. Of course, no DRS now for 2 laps. Further back, next is Katz and Oscar side by side into turn 6. Katz up the inside, Oscar around the outside. They're going to touch, just about get away with it though. And Oscar hangs on to the position. Good wheel-to-wheel action there. Some respect given. No contact. And they both live to fight another day. Of course, the one thing that Zombie might have decided to put the hards on for is that the tyre temperatures around here do tend to skyrocket. It's a lot of slow corners, a lot of traction zones. That does overheat the tyres. Of course, the hard tyres will absorb that heat a little bit better, so they will have the better longevity. And we can see though from Katamise, he's just starting to lose touch with the top 2 again a little bit. He's out of the DRS range. As those hard tyres try to switch back on. After cooling down under the safety car. And he's going to have Scuba Steve, Matman, Oscar and Co. James Dan Oscar now right on the back of Matman. 2 div, 2 admins together on track 5th and 6th. Matman's got a penalty to his name though, so Oscar will be keen to try and clear him. And set off after Scuba Steve. And they're going a little bit defensive down the straight. Oscar looking to the outside. For turn 1, Matman cuts her back across though. Oscar will have to wait for another opportunity. Lennon's got himself out of DRS range momentarily. Okay, so it's hovering around about that second now. Oscar looking racy on the back of Matman here. He's already pulled to the inside. They're going to go wheel to wheel through turn 5. Matman will have the inside there for turn 6. Oscar's going to go deep on the brakes though. Oh, then bump wheels. And gets the move done. Really good overtake from Oscar there. Set that one up nicely. Fancied himself around the outside. He defended from Katz the same way last time around. And this time he gets the move done on Matman. He's up to P5. Scuba Steve now on the back of Katamise. I think there was almost contact there. Katamise now being a bit of a roadblock here. Look how much time he's lost to the front 2. Scuba Steve taking a wide line. Oscar trying to get up the inside. That's brave at the hairpin. Look at this. There's a train starting to form here. That man trying to come back at Oscar. Oh, switches sides. Looks left, looks right. No way through. Nexus Cats and Zombie have joined this train now. Casey's coming as well. Callum's there. Etnax's sign. Unsafe Brutus Fever. They're all in this train. So everybody from Casimir, so it's 3rd down to 14th in this train. Oh, what's up to Casey? Lost himself a couple of places there. And DRS is enabled, then Lennon has got himself out of DRS range, and so he's off and running. No DRS down the start-finish straight. It will be turn 4 onwards. That'll be the first time we get it this time around. So Katamise then is going to be vulnerable here. He's got a big... Oh, Oscar spins out of turn 3. And all the way to the back of the field he goes. Oscar's thrown away. A top 5. Katamise defending from Scuba Steve. He's not quite close enough this time. Further back, anybody able to make a move? I think everybody's got DRS, so they're all fairly equal. Oscar's got himself going again, but he's got a bit of a gap to make up. Lennon now has already opened up a 1.9 second lead. Off and running again. And we'll be hoping there is not another you-know-what. Pagani going with him though. Those two have pulled away from the pack. Katamise is the cork in the bottle, because everybody else is stuck behind him. He's doing Connor, aka onto the podium proud, with the best bus going. As Matman and Cats now getting side by side. Matman gets back ahead, or defending from Cats. He's having a look. Zombie up the inside of Cats. Oh, bumping wheels, not quite able to get alongside though. Cats defends the position. Got better traction off the corner as well. Next to Cats there with a penalty though. Look at this queue. Scuba Steve is pushing Katamise around, trying to find an opening. Coming to another DRS zone here. Look at this train of cars. Oh, again. Katamise gets a multiple warning. Scuba Steve with a warning as well. Oh, where's Scuba Steve gone? Oh, he's in the pits. No, Scuba Steve is... Oh, he's out. He's out of the race. He's retired into the pit lane. Did he get wing damage? I think from that then, that puts Batman up to 4th. And now he's going to be the one chasing down Katamise. Oh, in the background, Maxi Simon the wall hard. Zombie getting the move done and Cats around the outside. He's now got the inside for turn 7. Gets the move done. Maxi Simon's got going again. Although he's retired the car, yeah, he's gone as well. So that car should just pull over. That shouldn't mean... So the two unaffected by all this drama. Lennon leads by 3.1 seconds. He is comfortable. Pagani in second, 5.9 seconds out of Katamise. Cats and Zombie. Oh, Zombie's in the wall. Has he got wing damage from that? No, he seems to be okay. Well, not you can see anyway. Matman's gone deep there. What's happened to Matman? Oh, Matman's now had a drama as well. Nobody seems to want to pass Katamise. Defending hard. Now he's got his teammate behind him, even though they're in different cars for whatever reason. Katamise is in the wrong car. Katamise continues to hold on to P3. Cats there a little bit wide. The field's now sort of strung out a little bit. Back here's a battle though. It's Oscar and Brutus. Brutus down the inside. Oscar gives him the room. A bit of bumping through turn 2. Oh, big bump through turn 3. Brutus goes around. Zombie into the pits. He's back onto the mediums. Matman's in the pits as well. I think he must have had some contact. Fresh wing for him. He's gone onto the softs, then he'll go for the fastest lap. Lennon is untroubled up front. Pagani untroubled in P2. Those two have just left the drama behind them. Katami's doing his best, corking the bottle of impression, and has just caused chaos behind him. There's everybody throwing it off the road and into the wall. Callum finds himself in P6. This race has really come to it nicely. They come over the bridge, and he's now closest of anybody to the car ahead. He's chasing KC, who's up to P5. KC, of course, who retired in qualifying, started P18. He's now running in 5th. The good news is we're now in the bracket of the race where we shouldn't get any more safety cars. Now, Katz is still sliding it around. KC has caught the back of Katz. Now, Katz's car just looks loose at the back. Oh, again. Lighting up the rear. Oh, and again. That is looking like a handful. Oh, big opposite lock moment. Oh, into the back of him goes KC. Did he get any wing damage from that? Oh, Katz again slides. Casey's got to run, he's got DRS, he's got to go to the outside. Should get this move done. Katz is going to defend the inside though, but Casey sweeps across the nose and up into P4. Brutus gets them undone on feet, but oh, Katz again sliding out of turn 3. It's Callum now trying to find a way through. Katz's car looking like a real handful at the moment. Again, a bit of a slide as he gets on the power out of turn 4 into the DRS zone. Callum now closing. Both of them have got DRS looking to the inside, not quite close enough. Unsafe there as well, and Oscar recovering after that spin. Back of this train, Brutus is 3.8 seconds back, trying to close that gap. On lap 28 now. Race finally nearing its completion. Oh, Zombie's gone. Oh, he's in the pits. Oh, that's such a shame. He's having a really good run as well. But the end of the race has just not worked out, so another retirement, unfortunately. Cat's trying to cling on to this P5. Again slides on the acceleration. Casey's already pulled a gap. Over next is Katz has still got DRS. He was still within 1 second at the detection point. Oscar getting the move done on unsafe though. Good move from Oscar. He's just trying to fight his way back up the order. Keeping an eye on this Hazard, is looking particularly loose. Oh, Callum wide, hits the wall. Did he damage his wing? Oh, Katz again, huge opposite lock. Oh yeah, Callum got wing damage in that one. He's lost an end plate. That car is going to be ill-handling, unsafe. Should I come back at Oscar? Oscar trying to go for Callum into turn 1, gets the move done. Good overtake. Callum walking wounded. Brutus has caught this train already. Look how quickly he's got there, unsafe. Already up the inside, on the way down to turn 4. Get the move done. Brutus is going to follow him through. I'll probably get it done with that. Yeah, through he goes. Oh, that's so unlucky there for Callum. He was having a really good one. Matman takes the fastest lap of 38.8 on those soft tyres. Unsafe, looking to come back. Now Oscar Brutus trying to recover what he can do. Of course, he could have been leading the race. He should have been leading the race. But didn't pit at the end of, or during the safety car when the track turned. Started to dry out. Zombie took the gamble. Lap before everybody else. Oh, unsafe. Almost loses it at the hairpin. Brutus now closing in. Callum's got Fever closing in though, but I think he should still hang on for a top 10 here. Matman's got a big gap behind. Brutus trying to get this. Oh, unsafe off the wall. Yeah, Brutus has got the move done. So Brutus up to P7. Casey has caught Katowice, who's got no front wing. I think Katowice has lost his front wing. He has. Why is he not pitted? Katowice is trying to hang on, but he's got no front wing, and Casey's onto the podium from 18th on the grid. Oh, sorry, unsafe into the pits. That he's got wing damage. He is pitted. Katowice is just going to hope that he can cling on for 2 laps. Katz has got through into 4th. Oscar's down the back of him now as well. Oh, Oscar almost. Oh, Oscar. Oh, Oscar's hit. Oh, at the wall. Oh no! Did he hit the back of Katami's car, or did he hit Brutus's car. I wasn't sure who he hit there, but he lost it on the traction. Seemed to be trying to save a tank slapper. And there was just nothing he could do. Brutus around the outside of Cat, who's got no front wing and no turning. Phoebe haven't got past Callum now. Callum goes past Oscar, who's now got no front wing either. Mattman in P10. He's gone past Unsafe, who's just pitted as well for fresh wing. He's now onto the softs as well. He might go for the fastest lap on the last lap. This man, unaware and unfazed by everything that's going on behind him. He has just eased away from the pack. 6.5 seconds to the good. And he's just got one more lap to navigate. He rounds the final corner. Pagani, championship leader, once again just banking big points, and he will extend his lead after Brutus took points back on him last week. Casey Bernard, having not set a lap in qualifying, I think will be very, very happy to make his way onto the podium if he can hang on for the final lap. Katz has now got Brutus on him. Brutus trying to get P4. Katz has spun out the final corner. Oh, that has, which has been looking so loose. As Phoebe goes up to P5, Callum comes through to P7, so despite having wing damage, he's now got ahead of Katsu. Oh, Katsu's off the track. His tyres are probably cooked. Yeah, that car is looking super slippery. Oscar's going to do another lap with no front wing, so that's two cars with no front wing trying to finish this race. Mattman closing in rapidly. And on safe, we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Oh, it's Katz again, I think it is. Katz has spun, his tyres are overheated. The field just stringing out at the end here, but this man has been brilliant today. Made his way forward as others around him have lost their heads. He survived the wet, he has thrived in the dry. As Callum goes past Casimirs up to P6. This is going to turn out, I think Callum, despite going backwards, is now just making his way forward as all the drivers spin off. 2 corners to go there for Lennon. Comes around the final corner and Lennon wins the Div 2 Singapore Grand Prix. Congratulations to him, that's a brilliant drive. Pagani comes around the final corner, he finishes P2. Great drive once again. And Casey Bernard from 18th on the grid. He's had some dramas in this race, but he's survived and he comes through and picks up a podium for his efforts. Brutus recovers to P4. What could have been for him. Fever, another top 5 for him. Once again, just survives and picks up the points as others lose their heads around him. Callum's going to come home for P6. I think he'll be very, very happy with that. Despite that wing damage last couple of laps, other people have made it worse. Casimir survives for P7 with no front wing. Next is Katz on those cooked tyres and that slippery slide he has. He spun up the final corner into the wall, crosses the line thankfully. He finishes P8. Oscar comes around the final corner, no front wing on his car either. He comes home for P9. Mattman and Unsafe duking it out then for P10. Somehow they didn't catch Oscar on the final lap. I'm quite surprised. Mattman is going to win this battle for P10. And Unsafe P11 then, so driver. Casey Bernard gets driver of the day. I think that's a very fair. Coming up from the back row of the grid. Stand on the third step of the podium, but it is Lennon who takes the plaudits. Showing his love to the crowd. The Williams man chalks up his first win of the season. Pagani banks another podium. Casey Bernard on the podium as well for the first time since round 1. Yeah, indeed, Fever, that was a very insane finish. It got even more manic when it was dry. There we go, there's a wet to dry race for Div 2. Don't make it easy on these boys. These are boys who are new ones as well. These are the guys who are not exceptional at F1. They're new drivers, they're up and coming, they're learning, no assists. And you throw a wet to dry race at them and they put on that kind of action. It's thing to behold. Lennon then wins from 10th on the grid. What a drive from him. Pagani up from 9th. So the guys who started on row 5 come up trumps. They are first and second. Casey Bernard P3 as well. Brutus what could have been for him. He ends up P4 with Fever coming through to P5 from 14th on the grid. Callum on his debut finishes P6. Katame's P7 despite having no front wing. Katz is 8th, Oscar 9th, Macman 10th, and Unsafe Release the final finisher in P11, with Macman picking up the fastest lap. The retirements, Zombie, what could have been for him. He was having a really strong run today. Deserved a strong result, but it just didn't happen for him tonight. Maxi Syme was involved in all sorts of dramas coming from the back of the grid. Eventually spinning out. Scuba Steve picked up damage late on. Forced a retirement for him. Chubbs crashing out under the safety car. Chubbs could have been in the mix for that one. Definitely Aaron, who just put a great move on. It was Callum and then had a moment and into the wall before later going off. Bread, we saw spin out in the wet. Dylan had a bit of a race to forget on his debut. But he'll be back next week. And stronger for his endeavours. And Bossman, who unfortunately ended his race on lap 1. Just 3 corners in. The drama starting early in that one. Casey saying he's never spun so much in his life. There we go then. Well, I think you were not alone, Casey, in that one, but well done for sticking with it. And I think a P3 is just reward for that then. So there we have it. That was something quite spectacular from Div 2, which backs up last night's just spectacular Div 1 race. Singapore providing plenty of drama. So round 8 of the season is next week, and we are at Suzuka, the legendary figure of 8 circuit in Japan. So do join us for that. No ACC next week, but GT Sport is back. So that is the end of Action on FTRL for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. If you haven't already given the stream a like before you go, please do so. That helps us out immensely. And if you enjoyed the action you saw tonight, and if you'd like to get involved in any of our leagues, please do get in touch at our Twitter, which is @_FTRL_. So we've got GT Sport, we've got ACC, we've got F1, and various other things going on occasionally as well. Golf, FIFA, Wreckfest, Fall Guys, you name it, we do it. For tonight though, that's the end of the action. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the show that was put on by Div 2, and we are back to do it all again next week from Suzuka. But for this evening, thank you very much, and good night.